Guys, I'm back. Uh, Last time we talked, I did post a video about boycotting BP, which I'm still behind. You know, oil deposits that are still being thrust up from the Gulf of Mexico, washing onto the coastlines of the Gulf Coast, from Louisiana all the way to Florida Keys now. And last night they said that it's even gone up to the eastern seaboard through the Gulf Stream. Uh, I'm still for a boycott. Fuck Randy Prescott and BP. You know, tr- I feel that they're trying to destroy our economy on purpose, especially our food source. And I stand by it. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. Obama fined them $69 million. That's what I think. But getting back, I told you how this relates with Katrina. There really is no comparison to me. I really feel that Katrina was, they both were man-made disasters that happened to Louisiana. Uh, I do believe the government knew definitely more than what they were saying, and it's been proven. And how I relate this in my book with the oil that was found that they were digging for in St. Bernard Parish, and how even Dick Gregory said before that they were looking that it had something to do with oil. It's very interesting. I had a friend of mine who I won't name, but we were in a group uh, when we were stuck here in Baton Rouge. We started a group called Eastern New Orleans United Whole. Well, I didn't start it, but I was a part of it. My father's, and he mentioned that he had a friend of his who told him that he had topographic maps, and those topographic maps showed oil underneath the city of New Orleans, particularly New Orleans East and the Lower Ninth Ward. Now, I could never prove that, and I couldn't put that in the book because it was hearsay. I also heard about how the mayor of New Orleans at the time of Hurricane Betsy admitted that the levees had been blown. I couldn't put that one in the book because I didn't have good enough sources. Would it surprise me that it was true? No, it wouldn't, because I've always believed they did that, and it's really it's an open secret. But another reason why I feared Katrina, what happened with Katrina, and why they would blow a levee, is I believe they're trying to set up martial law. I think with the mercenaries being there, the images that were portrayed around the world of blacks looting while whites fight, there's something wrong with that picture. There's something wrong when you could do actually the same thing, and yet one standard is held for one human being quite different from another. And that, my friends, is called white supremacy. And that's the biggest problem that we have in this country. It's racism, it's white supremacy, and sexism. Those are the three problems in America. Classism too. 4. And that all played out in Katrina. That all played out in New Orleans, and it's even playing out now with the Gulf. You have an entire Louisiana coastline being destroyed by oil deposits from BP's oil well, and our food, our economy, our way of life is being challenged. And now we found out BP lied about even more oil that's gushing out. Every time they tell us something, it's something different. So, do you really think this is an accident? You make the call. Now, how that ties into Hurricane Katrina, and getting back to it, is this all about oil? I think it is. I think all Louisiana is all about oil. When I spoke to Dick Gregory, we did an interview, he remembered as a little boy that there was a big debate on whether Louisiana or Texas would win out as being the oil capital of the world, the oil capital of the United States. And it was between New Orleans and Houston, or Louisiana and Texas, and it was Houston that got it, hence why you had the Houston Oilers. The name of Houston Oilers came from. But you said New Orleans was another oil capital. So how is it that Texas, if you've gone to Texas, you've seen all the oil wells. In Louisiana, you've seen oil wells, except in the biggest city, New Orleans. You've seen all oil wells outside of New Orleans and outside of Baton Rouge, but New Orleans doesn't have an oil well, and it's the second. And in that time era, it was battling Houston for the top oil capital in the United States. So, and that's what Dick Gregory touched on, and it's all about oil. While we're in Iraq right now, it's oil. Now you can call me crazy. You can say, "Oh, I can't prove that." Just go. All I gotta tell you is just look at the TV right now on CNN. They're still lying to us. And why are they lying to us? It's about the oil. What's coming out of the Gulf is oil. That's it for me. We're going to do another interview with Irvin Jones. And this will tie in with the martial law topic that we discussed just a little bit. Mr. Jones was a good friend of mine. God rest his soul. He passed away recently. And we talked about how they were trying to forcefully get people out of New Orleans. And again, I want to encourage people, if you want to really know about what happened in New Orleans, look at the YouTube videos from Greg Palas. Also a guy named Endeavor of Freedom. I'm just checking out his documentary. I never saw it before. Also, read Michael Eric Dyson's Come Hell or High Water. It was very cultivating, very interesting book. It's where I got some of my information from. I love Michael Eric Dyson. I love to read his stuff. Reading is good for the brain, good for the soul. Sometimes good for the ass. If you sit on it and like that kind of thing. That's about it, gang. Just join me next time. I may be a little bit busy, but I'm always going to be posting up something new. I'll be even have some stand-up material waiting for y'all, so I'd love to hear from you. Leave some comments. Leave some comments, too. Thanks. Anything to support me.